love me, I say you crazy. We're nothing more than friends. You're not my lover, more like a brother.
Hey
I know
guys,
you
welcome back
since
to
we
my
were
channel. So if you don't know who I am, my name is Jade. I'm your local hot mess. And yes, you are here and you cannot leave. Just kidding, but today I was just playing around, moved some lights, did some changes, and then I was like, okay, well I have to film something, so I thought, why not film my go-to date night, going out, bombshell makeup tutorial. This is one of my favorite looks to do if I'm like, don't know what to do, but I want something impactful, sexy, but not too much. I typically go towards this. I do different variations. I change the lip, I darken the eyes, I lighten the eyes, lighten the lip, do a matte lip, but it's all along the same kind of lines. So if you want to see how I got this sultry bombshell makeup look, then just keep watching. But wait, hold on. Are you telling me you came into this channel and didn't subscribe? You watched this video and didn't subscribe? What are you doing? All the cool kids are doing it. Make sure you subscribe down below. Hit the like button if you like me, or if you just can barely stand me. That's okay too, I'll take it.
So they can get on their fucking keyboards and make me the bad guy.
I went ahead and put the Maybelline blurring primer basically on the perimeters of my face. Next, I'm just gonna go in with the Becca Evermatte Poreless Primer. This is no joke, I've said in the past. That's why I only put about this much onto my nose. I only put that little dot just on my nose area. I take a small little dot, place it right here. You really don't want to take too much of this, especially if you have another primer underneath. Lay down, Via. You have to be careful layering primers and foundations. Some of them might roll up. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with the Maybelline Master Strobing Liquid in the shade 300 Deep. Probably like this much. I'm gonna take it on my fingertips and start to apply that. It's gonna look crazy on the outsides of my face. I don't get so oily over here, so I like to take it like all the way underneath and avoiding this area here. So just pay attention to your skin. If you get more oily on the outsides of your face compared to the center of your skin, do that. I love illuminators like this. It just gives you a natural blurred look to the skin and just very hydrated and glowing, and it's gorgeous. I could even wear this without makeup some days. Maybe cover up a little bit of concealer where I need it and put this on the rest of my skin, and it just looks beautiful. For foundation today, I'm gonna go in with my tried and true L'Oreal Infallibles. You guys, I just love these. They're the best matte formula. Lightweight, the skin looks beautiful, long wearing. So even though I want glowing skin, I want a matte foundation just to mattify, and I can always add the glow in later. I'm gonna start off on this side and go ahead and blend that into my skin. I always make sure to get my eyelids and all in this area here. That way there's no gaps in my skin tone and everything's just cohesive. Concealer, I'm gonna go in with my Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Medium. Really quick, I'm gonna go in with the Sephora Bright Future Concealer in the shade Ganache to Cream Contour. So you don't want to put too much, but you want to make sure that you place it a little bit higher, because remember, once you blend it, it's gonna start to come down and down, so you want to put it a little bit higher, so once you blend it up, it's in the right spot. And then I like to take this, I'll go like one right here, I'll go around my hairline, come here, I'll do it quick. You have to work quickly with this, you guys, especially with the foundation, because it is a matte foundation, things set very quickly. So I'm gonna just start by here, and then I'm gonna go in with this little brush right here. It's nice and small but dense, so it's really nice to help blend. And then when I get to my forehead, I just like to take it and buff into my temple, those two lines. And then I just take it on the side of the brush, and then I'm gonna run that along those edges. Very quickly, I'm just gonna spray my sponge, get a little bit of hydration in there, and then I'm gonna blend out my highlighted areas. And then I'm using that concealer to help blend everything into each other. Just to give me a little bit more brightness and to help blend the outsides of this concealer, I'm gonna take my Maybelline Fit Me concealer and kind of run that along the edges. Really quick, I'm just going in with Patrick's powder, and I'm going to set underneath my eyes and slightly bake. Now that the powder has had some time to sit and bake, I'm gonna go ahead and take my little duo fiber and go ahead and dust everything off, and also use that to set the rest of my face. I want glowy skin, but I need my foundation set so it lasts all day. I decided not to use a setting powder today because I didn't want it to completely take away all the shine. My under eye powder does a great job of setting the rest of my face, so I don't need that extra layer. Okay, now that I have that on, I'm gonna go ahead and take it off. I'm just gonna use that to buff. I like to really go in. Sometimes I can get very heavy-handed with my nose contour, so I have to be careful. I blame Sandra Deluxe. I truly do. She just like slaps makeup on and she's just flawless all the time. So for today's glow, I'm gonna be taking Superb by MAC. It's just like a beautiful, like, tan, ooh. Oh. So I'm just gonna pop that on like I normally do on the top of the cheekbones. You have to be very light-handed with this because it's so strong, but I love it. Like far away, it just looks wet. Wherever you get oily, try to not put as much highlighter there. I don't care. I use a lot of mattifying and powder products, so I like to add the glow wherever. I don't mind a little bit of a glowy skin. Just very slightly, go doot 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 doot. And then I'm gonna do the smallest right there. Just so when the light hits us, we're looking like a glazed donut. So for bronzer, when I do more like these glowy looks, I don't like to use a matte bronzer. Sometimes I will, it just depends on the look I'm going for. But in particular for looks like this, I like to use a bronzer like this. This is a shaping bronzer. This is a Studio Sculpt Defining Bronzing Powder from MAC. This is in the shade Delphic. I think this was a part of like a limited edition collection, but we do have a lot of powders similar like this. Just go to your closest MAC and any of the girls will be more than happy to help you. I like this one because it's nice and warm, but it also like moves with you. It gives you that definition, but it moves with your skin, and it's not completely flat, but it's also not glittery either. You see there's a sheen to it, but when you do put it on your skin, it's not glittery whatsoever. Just so I can fit perfectly into that hollow of my cheek. Ooh, it's so pretty. And then right here, just sweep it over. I don't care what season it is, where I'm at, I just want to be looking like I came off of the island like all of the time. Went ahead and finished my brows, put on some eye primer. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with the Soft Glam palette from Anastasia. Take the shade Sienna, and I just lightly begin working that into my crease, kind of really blowing it out. We're gonna take this and do a halo, and then I start to take this up, taking my time to blend it, switch between windshield wipers and circular motions, and you see already I'm starting to get that nice like dimension here and nice fade. Yeah, I can pretty much do this look with one eyeshadow and one brush. It's so easy. Next, I'm gonna take the brush, the same brush, and I'm going to go like straight up here. And I'm gonna go very light circles into the inner corner right there. And I just start to work that up. And then I go back in. And then I'll very lightly sweep that over. And you see I have my halo shape. I'm gonna try not to do as much editing on this just so you could see how easy that was. And then once I face forward, you get that nice blown out smoky, but you still have that emptiness from that halo there. So now I just go and I blend and buff out everything. I like it super blown out. And I'm doing very light pressure. I'm holding like the tip of my brush here. And personally, when I do halo eyes, I like to take it, once I'm in this little spot here, I like to take it closer up to my brow. I'm gonna go in with this brush right here. It's a little bit smaller and more tapered. And then I'm going to keep really close and further define and blend our shape. And just do the exact same thing that I just did. And just to further pronounce the halo, I'm not gonna go and cut everything with concealer. I'm just gonna go in with a light eyeshadow. And I'm taking a slightly thicker brush like this. It's actually quite large. This is one of my favorite brushes. I'm gonna dip that right into tempera. And then I'm gonna go and tap that right in the center. And I'm not sweeping, I'm not like blending or anything. I'm just tapping. And I'm looking straight down into the mirror. This is the best way to get a full look at your lid. You can kind of see all the shapes and dimension of everything. And before I blend that out or anything, I'm just gonna take that shade again, a smaller, more tapered brush like this, and I'm gonna take it right on that highest point, stamp it a little bit, and then you blend. That's gonna help highlight that brow bone area. Make sure it doesn't get too smoky, but also help clean up that outside edge so you get a nice smooth gradient. Next, with that Sienna shade, I'm gonna go in with a slightly, it's more flat, but it's kind of fluffy, so it helps blend. I love this for my lower lash line. Right on the outside. And I want this more grungy, so I'm taking it all the way in my inner corner. Usually I stop about like midway, but I want this really smoky, so. And then when I get to the outside, I like go into circles and I'll go like this. Make sure everything's nice and cohesive. Okay, and before I hop into my lashes, I'm gonna go ahead and take Urban Decay's De-Slick. You guys, setting spray is a must. You need it in your life, no matter how dry, no matter how oily, you need it. If you're oily like me, grab you some Urban Decay De-Slick. It's the best. It keeps everything nice and hydrated, but also keeps you matte. And that's the best thing I could ever ask for. And spray the face. Oh yeah, getting all my life. I love setting sprays, even with my clients when I'm doing their face. Go ahead and spray their face and they're like, wow, it's so refreshing. Okay, so once that's dry, I'm gonna go ahead with my Tarte Lash Curler and curl my lashes. I feel like everyone should curl their lashes. Unless you have naturally super curly lashes, I think everyone should curl their lashes. And I even wear false lashes all the time and I need to curl my lashes. It just marries them together. Then with the Maybelline Colossal Big Shot, this was the collab with Makeup by Shayla. Then with the House of Lashes Iconic Light Lashes, you guys, these are my all-time favorite lash. I never get so many compliments than I do when I wear these. Basically right after I let it dry a little bit, I like to go in and squeeze them together. That way, especially if you're not wearing liner, it marries together and you can't really see the band. Okay, you guys know I use the same eyeliner. This is the Marc Jacobs Highliner in the shade Rococo. I like it because it gives me definition without it being too dark. Sometimes I like black, but sometimes I just like a dark brown. And I kind of run it kind of messily along my lash line. I'm just gonna go ahead and dip into Cypress Umber. It's one of my favorite colors. And I'm gonna run that along my lower lash line to blend out that liner. And then just popping on a quick coat of lower mascara. I like my lashes to be nice and defined. I just don't like when they're too messy. Like this already is like a little too crazy for me. I just like my eyes to look more almond than they do round, but sometimes it's nice. Ooh, girl. For blush, I'm gonna be using one of my all-time favorites. This is Luminoso from Milani. Oh, you guys, it's so, so gorgeous. You know what, take a little bit of that blush, add some color up here. Okay, so as far as lips, when I do looks like this and I'm going out or doing a date night, I like to go kind of porn star, if that makes sense. I just like love like nude, luscious lips. I'm gonna go in with Plum Lip Liner from MAC. Okay, and then once I get my general shape and my outline, I like to go in with a liquid lipstick, and I'm just gonna take it about that much. Then with my finger, I like to run around my lips just to blend everything out nice and smooth. And then before I go in with gloss, I'm just going to take a little bit of my concealer and clean everything up a little bit. And then with the ColourPop Ultra Glossy Lip with the I Love Sarai collection, Atole, I'm going to go ahead and apply this to my lips. Alright guys, I think that's the finished look. I'm gonna go ahead and fix my head and I'll be right back. Okay, this is the finished look. This is one of my favorite looks to do, hands down. I just love the slight smokiness from the eyes, but it's still nice and open. It doesn't close your eyes. Even with the liner in your lash line, I still think it's like stunning, sultry. I love a smoky lower lash line. The skin is nice, not too crazy. The blush just ties everything in with the lip and the eyes. And ooh, your girl is popping. This is one of my favorite looks to do. I switch up the variation of a lip. I'll go lighter, I'll go darker, I'll go glossy, I'll go matte. As far as the eyes, I'll throw on a wing liner if I want to. Sometimes I don't put the liner in my lower lash line. It's nice and open. It's great for daytime. I just wanted to show you that you can get glowing, bombshell, healthy skin, even with oily skin. Anything is possible with makeup. You just have to find out what works best for you and practice, practice. People always ask me like, how do I do this? How could I get better at this? Number one thing is like you have to practice. I did a full face every single day. Liner, wing liner, everything, every single day. And then in months I was like, I knew it like the back of my hand. I can get ready like nothing. And you get better at things. Like every time, I'm pretty sure you guys see it. Every time I get on here, I hope to think that I'm getting better and I'm trying new things. And you just have to push yourself out of that little box and try harder and practice. All right, guys, let me know what you think about this look down below. Let me know what you think about this setup. If you like the lighting, if you like the light in the back, I kind of raised everything and tilted everything and tried to play with something new just to get the best for you guys. So please let me know what you think down below. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it. Don't forget all my social media is down below. Don't forget to follow me on Snapchat and Instagram especially. And there's nothing else to say, but I love you so, so, so much. And remember to keep your happiness first. Bye guys. See you soon.